It's 6 p.m. Tune in for Arbella Early Edition with Trenny as Trenny Casey takes a deep dive into the biggest sports stories of the day. It is presented by Arbella Insurance, here for New England sports fans, here for good. Let's get to the dunk in the game. It's all about the dunk. Jason Tatum, who again had a big third quarter. 11 points, 6 rebounds in that third, finished with 20, 14 boards, 7 assists on the night, and played a season-high 32 minutes in his return here, playing his 4th game back from injury. All right, let's get to Joe Mazzulla, hear what he had to say about this win over the Wizards. The coaches' press conference is presented by Amica Insurance, the exclusive auto, home, and life insurance partner of the Boston Celtics. Here's Joe back at TD Garden.
Joe, what are some things you're seeing from Jason into his 4th game that he's built on from that first night he played?
Just giving the game what it needs on the offensive end, reading 2-on-1, executing, defensively rebounding, understanding personnel, who he's guarding, competing. So just the details on the simple things. Continuing to get in shape, but right now the most important thing is just, giving the game what it needs on both ends of the floor, and he's doing a good job of that.
How much, obviously he didn't score until late in the second quarter. He's had pockets where he's been hot, stretches where he hasn't been as much. How much of that is conditioning, working back into things, rust, all that, and how much of it is, like the trying to regain things from what he was doing previously?
He had 5 points and 5 assists, so I think it's about just giving the game what it needs, regardless of if it's the beginning of the game, the end of the game. Just give the game what it needs.
Joe, we talk about assists and shots need to go in and all that stuff. Jalen only had 3 in this game, but how would you kind of view his passing and his ball movement in this game?
No, you're right. If you look at his potential assists, if you look at the shot creation that he had for others, to me, I thought he got off to a great start, just facilitating on the offensive end. He had the possession in the first half where he got 2 offensive rebounds, had 2 kickouts at Derek. When you're playing against a team again, this team was down double digits and brought the Orlando game into overtime, right? And they have a tendency to hang around because of the way that they compete, and their coaching, and you have to win momentum plays. You have to be able to do that. So I think, those plays, especially in the first half, I think JB got us off doing those things, and got us off to a great start from a momentum point. And, sometimes the box score is unforgiving because it doesn't show the things that you did to put your team in a better position to win, and I thought he did those.
And along those lines, Nimi comes in, gives you 22 points right away. But in the second half, he wasn't like forcing it. It's not like he was going for anything. He was also kind of like setting picks, focusing on ball movement, making those reads. Just what does it say about, these guys who, sometimes guys go for the career highs, but sometimes, you guys seem to have like a very disciplined group of whatever the read is, I'm just going to make that read and live with whatever the result is.
Yeah, I think, again, I thought Nimi was another guy that helped us get off to a great start. When we can control the paint like that, especially on the offensive end with layups, and I thought he did a good job on his matchup with Sar. But I think, just giving the game what it needs, and it called for that in the beginning, and I thought later in the game it just called for his ability to screen and get guys open. And like you said, it's more of a credit to them, just having an understanding of what gives us the best chance to win. That process changes throughout games. It changes within the game. And so Nimi is a selfless guy. I think we have all our guys on our team care about winning first. And when you do those things, it kind of puts you in position to be good. So the way Nimi played tonight is big for us. And, it's a credit to him.
Joe, you talk a lot about limiting turnovers. They had 25 fast break points in that second half. What did you see change from their defense, your guys' offense that led to that, and how did you see you guys respond and keep the lead at the end?
We ended up with 15. Okay. We responded by getting the ball in the net and trying to execute there. I think credit to them, their pressure picked up a little bit. So I think that's something, again, regardless of the game, you have those 10, 15 possessions you got to get better at offensively. It's like, hey, we got to own our space better on the offensive end and not give some of those up. Some of them are in transition on some tough reads, and some of them are just some plays there. So, but those are the plays that I thought we did a good job executing on the offensive end, and really our defense, throughout the game. I think that at one point they didn't shoot a ton of layups in the beginning, so I thought we defended pretty good to compensate for some of the turnover that we have.
And then along.
All right, Joe Mazzulla talking a little bit about the transition buckets there. The Wizards outscoring the Celtics 28-9 at fast break points in this game. The Celtics, of course, getting the win 111-100. Your final time now to send it back out to TD Garden, where Drew and Scal handing out tonight's Tommy Award.
All right, Scal, the Celtics made it look easy in the first half, had to work a little bit in the fourth quarter to finish them off. Who's getting the Tommy Award?
Well, just like every day we do this, Baylor Shireman, he finished second again because Jason Tatum was awesome. First of all, the guy had almost a triple-double, and we saw Jason Tatum getting to the point where he was knocking down shots. But you can never ignore all the rebounding, the defense that he plays. He gives this offense like a different look. They're just a better, smoother, they have better spacing. The way they execute, it's all elite. And watching Jason Tatum play right now, you could see it trending for him to get back. So tonight, it's another Jason Tatum night. He's going to win the Tommy Award.
First Celtic in over 20 years since Paul Pierce to have 20 points, 14 rebounds, 7 assists, and 2 steals in a game. JT.
It's a Jake Life special.
Yes, it is.
And also win a Tommy Award on top of that. His second of the season for Jason Tatum. Now 4 games back in this 25-26 season. Celtics getting the win. We're going to have more with Eddie coming your way next year. Celtics Postgame Live. Check out the latest Celtics Talk podcast for much more on tonight's game. You can find it on your favorite podcasting app or on YouTube. It is presented by 24autogroup.com. New England gets more at 24. Be alongside Chris Forsberg for that. Let's get to the Ford Sub Play of the Game. It's presented by Ford Trucks, the best-selling trucks for 49 years, built Ford tough. Talk about the offensive rebounding in that first half. This is Baylor Shireman with the extra effort. Doesn't come up with a clean rebound, but comes up with the loose ball, throws it off Jameer Watkins. Gets the Celtics an extra possession. And they did that a couple times tonight. Derek White had another one of those plays. Eddie, do you ever... It's got to be like one of the more frustrating things as a player to have the ball thrown off you when you're standing there on the sideline, have it come right off you to give your team a possession.
You know, what's more frustrating than that is if somebody threw it at your face.
Well,
like at your back, okay, cool, things happen. But if you facing them and they throw it at your face, do you remember when Danny Ainge did that? I want to say he was with Phoenix and he threw it right in the face of somebody. It was like a baseball pass, bad. And he hit him right in his face. I think it was against the Houston Rockets. This was back in the day. Mario Ellie. It couldn't be that is probably the worst thing that could happen to him.
Yeah. No, that for sure. For sure. It looked like Derek White might have gotten. I don't remember who Derek White got. Bilal Coulibaly wasn't in the face, but seemed like that one hurt as well. How about the ball movement, though, as we kind of segue into that? The Celtics, we talked about the assists in the first half. I mean, they were way up there, but what did you think of the ball movement tonight and where they got?
Well, we got the 29 assists, and if we get to, where we really want to be at is the 25 plus, right? We're 30-3 when we have 25 or more assists. And then if we get to 29 or more, we're 15-0. So the proof is in the pudding right there. Everything is right there. The data is right there. All you have to do is make sure you move the basketball, move the body, move the ball, pass up a good pass to get a great pass, have good spacing so guys could get easy shots like we're looking at right now, Sam Hauser with the Yakum. And so when I'm saying this is our recipe, and we know this. It's the proof is there in the numbers. So we just got to continue to do it. And I think Jason Tatum coming back in, he had, 7 assists tonight. It's going to open up the offense even more than what it was before.
Yeah, and obviously there's some great ball movement there today. Wide open look for Derek White in the corner for 3. But it felt like it was all about just finding the open guy against a Washington team. Obviously, it's going to depend on the defense that you're going up against as well. But Celtics getting those 29 assists, getting the ball moving early and often in this one to build that 23-point lead. All right, let's check out the drain of the game right now as we get into it. The drain of the game brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning. The name to know when the drains don't flow. Sam Hauser, no. Was it? It's going to be Derek White. The extra effort. Oh, no. One more.
2 for $1.
There you go.
I like the 2 for $1 specials.
So D. White, there's the offensive rebounds. Celtics were all over that offensive glass. Wizards probably culpable as well in that. 111-110, your final score. When we come back, Chris Forsberg going to jump back on set as we move it along to Celtics postgame.
Blizzard!